Good morning. This is for Brooke because Brooke is absent, so maybe she's watching at home, maybe not. I don't know. Is she watching at home? We don't know. Okay. Well, here she's napping. She's camping. You're camping. This depends. Camping can be fun.
Camping?
All right. What is the learning goal, Michael?
The learning goal is I can use...
Right. So this is Math 8. It is
13.
January 13, 2020. And now Michael's going to tell us the learning goal.
I can use statistics to understand the world around me.
And Matt is going to tell us the why statement.
Information data is displayed in graphs and tables all over the place on TV and books on the internet. I want to understand this information and be an informed citizen.
Excellent. Scatter plots. We've been dealing with scatter plots. They are great, but to make them even better, we can create an equation for it. Do you know how to draw on a best fit line? Yeah, we did that. Remember, I brought people up with a ruler and they were good. Can you create an equation for a line?
Yes.
The answer is yes. This is something you've done before. So today, we're going to create the equation for the best fit line. It's really just create an equation for a line. We've done this before. I'm just going to remind you how to do it. And who remembers this guy? I see the hands going up. We're excited. Get the hand up. Got to grab a mug. Oh, you got a mug. Here we go. Y equals mx plus b. 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 Nice. It's time for a thinking map. Everything you know. Y equals mx plus b. M and B, everything you know. Raising hands, Maddie.
And this the move.
And this Liam's move. Norena.
B is Liam's B.
Liam's B. That's why we're getting it back in our brains. I can't call on you again, Maddie, because there's so many other people that want to participate, like Shane Ganter. Or like Marvin.
M is rise over run.
M is rise over run. Like Cameron.
N is slope.
M is slope. Like Gianna.
B is start.
B is start. Like Nate.
M is rate of change.
M is rate of change. And finally, like Talitha.
Y-intercept.
Y-intercept. Get all that magic into your notes, and I'll take the attendance. Magic. There's all the stuff. How do we do? Slope, move, rise, overrun, change, M, move, rise, overrun, slope, rate of change, B, y-intercept, B, and start. We got them all. Good job. What two things? Sophia, what two things does it take to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Okay. Andrew. What two things does it take to make a slope-intercept equation? What two things does it take to make a ham and cheese sandwich? Ham and cheese. What two things does it take to make a slope-intercept equation? What two things does it take to make a Bobo and James sandwich? No, I'm asking you.
I know.
So, track with me on this. This isn't math, this is just following what's going on. What two things does it take to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? What two things does it take to make a ham and cheese sandwich? What two things does it take to make a Bobo and James sandwich? Good. What two things does it take to make a slope-intercept sandwich?
Y-intercept and slope.
What two things does it take to make a slope-intercept equation? What two things does it take to make a slope-intercept sandwich?
Y-intercept and slope.
Good. What two things does it take to make a slope-intercept equation?
Y-intercept and slope.
There we go. In order to make a slope-intercept equation, we need two things. We need the slope and the y-intercept. So we're going to make a flow map on how to get the slope-intercept equation for this guy right here. It's nice to have a scatter plot, but it's even nicer to have an equation for it. So let's make a flow map. You have made this flow map before. I'm just going to add one new box to it. The first thing you're going to do, draw best fit line. That's new. Everything else is going to be old. Ready? Draw best fit line. Drawn. Just do it. What would you like to do next? This is in your notes. Michael.
Find 2 good points.
You know what? You're totally right. That's actually part of a bigger idea. And it's going to go right here. You're totally right. Find 2 good points. Why are we finding 2 good points? What are we trying to accomplish, Mike?
So we could create a slope triangle.
Which is a piece of it. What am I trying to do? Go back in those notes. I should hear notes flipping back, looking for a big flow map on this. Nate? We're trying to find the slope. That's what we're trying to do. And this is the parts to find the slope. So find slope.
Draw.
All right, so we're trying to find the slope. How do I find the slope? Find 2 good points, correct?
Yep.
Mike, get up there and find 2 good points for me.
All right.
Two good points. Now, when I say 2 good points, it's 2 good points on the line. You don't have to find 2 good scatter plot points. It's 2 good points on that line. That is not a good point. Because I don't know where that point is. Erase that point. 2 good points.
Can I help one?
You want to? Brayden, get up there and help.
A good point is where it crosses this part and the line that passes through it. So I think you want to do right there.
And it's a scatter plot. It's not going to be perfect. You're finding 2 good enough points. It's a scatter plot. I agree with that, but where it starts. Those are 2 good points. And then I guess
Oh, you could do one right above it.
that one or even that right there.
Yeah.
Okay, but we've got 2. It's a scatter plot. It's not going to be perfect. It's good enough though. We've got our 2 good points. Okay. After I do 2 good points, McMurtry, after I do 2 good points, what am I working on?
You have to find the slope by making a
Slope triangle. Using the little notebook for notes or?
count the legs.
I haven't, the legs of what? There's nothing up there to count the legs of. Flip back in your notes. Put a hand right there if you're able to flip back and forth. Sam,
Draw a slope triangle.
get up here and draw a slope triangle.
Okay. Hold on, me.
Excellent, we've got the slope triangle. I came up, I'm trying to share the excitement with everybody. Maybe with either Ava or Eva. Probably Ava. She's got the other one back there. What do you want to do now? She's going to count the rise and the run. Okay, get up there, count, rise, and run.
Four, three.
Here, go and talk to Nate. He's going to help you whisper it. She's got to go back. Just going back up. Because it's currently incorrect. Good. Eli, why?
Because that's the X and those Y.
Hey, you got to look at the scale. You can't just count squares. Got to look at the scale. Yes.
So for the Y, it's going up 3 each
Right.
time.
3, 6, 9, 12. That's why it's a 12. And then over here it's going up by half.
Yeah, it's going by half.
Yep. So we've got to look at those scales. Don't just count squares. Okay. So we count our rise and run. We did that. That's beautiful. Next piece of this. I want to call on somebody else. Like I'm going to call on Eva.
And do you divide the rise and the run?
I put the rise over run. Eva, can you come up and do that step? Put the rise over the run. I want you to go whisper to Paulette and see if she is happy with your answer. Paulette, tell me. This is why we have Paulette here. Isn't it good to have extra people around? If it was just me, I'd be wrong most of the time. But I got Braden here to keep me on track. Yeah, maybe? I don't know. Okay, so we're at 12 over 15, or 12 over 1.5. Who's got their good notes from last time? Tell me the next step, and I think I might want to change it. Tell me the next step, Talitha. So I want to add something special in between it. Because I don't like this slope. It's ugly, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm going to add a bonus
I think
step.
it's cute.
Dude, it likes you too. It's cool. Cute. It's all like, man, I wish Braden would hang out with me more. Okay, good. So I want to put a simplify step in on this. If that fraction can be, get out a calculator, divide it through for me, we're going to simplify it. So I'm adding a simplify if necessary step. And then, Talitha, your step.
Add a negative.
Add a negative if needed. Talitha, how was your weekend?
Good.
That was nice. You do anything interesting?
I don't remember.
Okay, that's cool. Is this negative or positive?
Positive.
It is positive. How do you know it's positive?
Because there isn't a negative next to the numbers.
That is not. It is positive.
It's right.
But how do I know it's positive?
If you write your name on the line, it's going up.
Yeah, so this is a. If I write a name on a line, it's going uphill. That's a positive slope. And it would work with your name too. If I wrote Talitha there, it would be going up. It doesn't just work with my name or Mike's name. I was thinking about you when I wrote it.
Thank you.
No.
I was thinking about me. Yeah, I know.
You know, it's all about me. Okay, so add a negative if necessary. Okay, good. So we found the slope. We found the slope in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 easy steps. After finding the slope, feel like, I think it's time to talk to Griffin. After I find the slope, what do I do? He's flipping back. He's got it there. Found the slope. Our slope is 8. We have found the slope. I'm going to come back to you on another one. No. It's Andrew. Andrew, after that, what do I do? Tell it to Shane. Tell Shane what to do. Here, I'm going to give you 15 seconds to talk to the people around you and get an answer for me. Everybody else, just think about your life. Think about how nice it is to breathe.
That cookie dough.
That you were able to come to school today. That you don't have like the flu. You got the flu right now? It's nice not having the flu, isn't it? All right, Andrew, what do we got for me? I've got 4 people over there. No one can find this in their notes. I'm going to give you another 15 seconds. That group of 4, figure out what the next step is. 4 people, 4 sets of notes. Aren't you glad you're not in that group right now? I know, coming down hard, man.
If I was over there,
I know you guys got her out. You're like, boom, man. Ava's got her a pencil right there in her notes, ready to flip back if she needs to. Gianna's ready to go right now, aren't you? I'm not calling on you guys.
Oh.
It's up to them.
I'm thinking of writing 90 overall.
All right, that group over there, what you got for me? Eli, can you find it in your notes?
Is it find the y-intercept?
It is find the y-intercept.
whoa. I thought, isn't it find the y-intercept by looking?
Yeah, how do I find it? Here, ready? Hey, point to my shoes.
They're right there.
That wasn't even math. Hey, what's this funny round thing on my shirt? That's not math. This is find the y-intercept. How do I find it? I just look at it. Well, and then I think last time, did I put little eyes on it?
Yeah, that's what I did, so probably.
Okay, well, Andrew, come up and point to the y-intercept. Just by looking. Where is the y-intercept? It is right there, and where's that at?
0.
There it is.
Wait, why is it 0?
So, If it was right here, it would be 18. It was at 16. If the line was that, it'd be 12. If the line was like that, it'd be at 6. If the line's like that, it's at 0. It's where does the line cross the y-axis? What do you have for me, Nate? What do you want to say?
Plug in variables.
Oh, you want to tell me the last part. Plug in M and B. No, I'm going to write it like this. I'm going to change it up just a little bit. Build. Plug. Dakota, I haven't called on you today. Thanks. Dakota?
Hi.
Can you plug it in? Tell me what to write.
For the M,
I'm gonna tell me what to write first.
Y. Y equals 0.
Nope. Which M? Plug in the M.
Oh. Equals
X plus 0. You wouldn't need the 0 though. You could drop off the 0. Y equals 8x plus 0.
Y equals 8x plus 0. Y equals 8x plus 0. Y equals 8x plus 0. Y equals 8x.
Get out your whiteboard and marker. Get out your whiteboard and marker. Get out your whiteboard and marker.
Get out your whiteboard and marker. Good job. Are you great? We need a problem.
Beg pardon?
We need a problem.
You just keep them out.
Oh, my knee.
Here we go, Sophia.
My markers.
No, it's not wanted.
All right. We're going to start right over here with Andrew. Andrew, what's my first thing I need to do?
We need to draw the best fit line.
Boom! I drew my best fit line. Sophia, next thing I need to do. I need to draw a slope triangle. Wow. So you just jumped from draw a best fit line to... What do I have to do? I have to find the slope. Okay. Shane, how do I find the slope? Find 2 good points. Check that out. I found 2 good points. What do I do now? Get up there and draw a slope triangle. Sam, I'm coming to you next.
What?
Sam, what's the next step?
The next step is find the Y, to rise and run.
Come up here and count the rise over the run. Oh,
Okay.
rise and run.
Okay.
I disagree with that.
Okay. Just a sec. Wait, let's see. Get up here and back up your disagreement. Simply says.
Alright, so it's like it's not right here. Like there's a line in between there, so it's divided. So it's actually 51, 1.5.
Okay. He's right. These are going up by halves.
Oh.
So this is a half, 1, 1.5. Good with that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Change that. No, yeah. Sam changed it. I got it. Excellent. What's our next step? Eva, what's our next step?
To put the rise over the run.
You got this step again. Come up, do it again.
It's the same equation, too.
It's the same thing. No, sec. Are we doing the one we just did?
Yeah.
No, we're doing the one we just did. Oh my goodness, stop. Okay, go sit down.
I knew. I just thought
Okay, here we go. All right, we're starting fresh.
Flow.
Cameron.
Yes.
Cameron, what's our first step?
Draw best fit line.
Done. Second step.
Find the slope.
How do I find the slope?
Find 2 good points.
2 good points. Good. Next step.
Draw a slope triangle.
Get up here and draw the slope triangle. Took me a long time to figure out we were doing the exact same problem. Nice. After I do that, what do I do, Mark?
Then you have to count, rise, and run.
Get up here and count the rise and the run.
So, would this be 15? Yeah, I think. And then 20?
Gianna, you happy with that?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Gianna, what's our next step?
Put rise over run.
Get up there and do that. Come over here and do it. Good. Brayden, next step.
Simplify if necessary.
Simplify that down. You can use a calculator. When we're doing scatter plots, it's cool to go decimal. Nothing wrong with decimals when we're doing scatter plots and best fit lines. Put it right over here. Good. Michael, next step.
Add a negative.
Does it need a negative?
No.
Doesn't need a negative. Okay, cool. Then, after that, you're right, yes.
Wait, wouldn't you just simplify it by a white number they have?
Sure, but since you can, but
Yeah.
what, so if you simplify this thing down to, what's that, 4/3?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. What's 4/3 as a decimal?
1.3 power,
1.3 repeating.
I forgot
And
what that was.
since this is data and a scatter plot, we're okay with going decimal on this.
Okay.
Earlier in the year, I didn't want to go decimal, but this is a scatter plot. It's okay because the numbers are going to be a little bit weird because the numbers are based off of a bunch of data. Okay, where am I at? I don't need a negative. Norena, what do I have to do now?
Find the y-intercept.
How do I do that?
Look at the y-axis.
Will you go find it for us and point to us? Right there. Where's that at?
It's at 45.
45. I'll write that down. What's my next step, McMurtry?
Build YMX plus B.
How do I do that?
Plug in B and X. No, plug in the M and the B.
Everybody on your whiteboard, build me the equation. Which numbers are which? I'm not looking over there yet. Notice everything you need was written right here. This is all, you're plugging in those things. Got it. So you need to plug in two things. You need your M, which is right here, and your B, which is right there. Build the equation using those two things. Keep coming back to this side. Good, good. Your M is 1.3, and your X, or your B is 45. Good, 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 good. Good, good, good. You're missing your X, see? All right, I got to McMurtry. Next one, this guy right here. We're gonna start with Dakota. Dakota, what's the first step?
Draw best fit line.
Done. Dakota, what's my next step?
Find slope.
How do I find the slope?
Find your good point.
Come up here and find 2 good points. I'll admit, there aren't a lot of, they're kind of, it's the ones that are good enough. That one is not that is not a good point. So what you're looking for are points that kind of fall perfectly or really close to perfectly on the graph paper. That's a good point.
Oh, there's one right there. Up a little bit. Up.
It's kind of far.
Yeah, that one looks far.
I
Try
think there's
the
a better
one
one.
where it started from the top.
I think there's a better one though. Now, recognize when I'm saying 2 good points, I'm not talking about scatter plot points. I'm talking about the line and 2 good points on the line. So let's start here. Is this a good point? Nice. What's our next step on this? Marvin, next step?
Draw a slope triangle.
Get up here, draw a slope triangle. Step after that, Talitha. Get up here and get ready for that one. Next step after that, Bot. Get ready for that.
Mr. Barre, wouldn't the one with the 80 be a good point too though?
You know what? It's nicer to get points that are a little bit farther apart, but you could have used that one also. It's a scatter plot. On a test, I'll accept a range of values.
Okay.
Okay, I'm happy with that. Bot, rise over run. Oh, interesting. We do have the same numbers now. Next step after that, Griffin. She put rise over run. So after we put rise over run, what's our next step?
You simplify if necessary.
Okay, it is necessary. Will you simplify? What is 20 over 5?
4 over 1.
4 over 1, which is?
4.
4. Is this the slope or the intercept?
That is this.
And is that the M or the B?
Yeah.
Good, we have our M. Next step. Is that cool?
Yeah, I just.
So you just want, but I still, look man, I still have Nate and Ava. Nate, what do we do now?
Add a negative if necessary.
Is it necessary?
Yes.
How do you know it's necessary, Nate?
Because if you write the new name on the line,
After I write my name, what if I write your name? I'm gonna see if that helps. Right. I worked with Nate too. Good. So it is a -4 slope. Okay, Ava. What are the last things? I just found it. Nate found it. Build y equals mx plus b. How do I build the y equals mx plus b? So how do I find it? It says build y equals mx plus b. How do I do that? I plug in the m and I plug in the b. Everyone do that. Plug in the m and plug in the b. There it is. Beautiful. 70. Okay. Oh, did we not find the intercept? Oh, no. Oh, just a sec. How do I? Did I skip over that step?
Yeah.
Is that why we were so confused? Because you with an, I got it. Okay. The intercept's at 80, right?
Yes.
Okay. Finish it off. Good. Good. I apologize. So Ava's looking at me going, dude, what's going on with Mr. Barre? And I'm looking at her and going, dude, like, why can't she figure this out? So we're both like, the other one's like just totally off base. Okay, good. Good. It was me. It's always me. Always me. 78, 80, that's good. Okay. Start on the homework. Oh my goodness. Great.
I'm not just gonna do my math. Do my homework.
I would commit
You said I want to commit public education.
Brandon, is that even zero? They ping someone he did, it doesn't work?
No, it doesn't. It's not anymore. It was more than zero.
It's 50% then if I don't see that.
Yeah, partially.
Yeah.
Yeah, Griffin.
No, not yet.
It was Friday, and my dad called back in. It's all 7 o'clock. And I wonder if it's Wednesday. Yeah. They're 21 already.
No, there's 10.
Packers.
Oh, can we own this? That sucks. Are these? Any questions? Oh, that's nice. And we don't want to do it. Good job.
All right, get back into edge elastic. You keep the homework going. I assigned one thing in edge elastic. It said like do it in class. Did it not show up yet? I'm looking at you. I'm gonna mess this up. Success, period 3 and 5 in class. I'm gonna refresh your screen. I'm back coming up to it. Okay. How did I mess this up? Here's 3. You know, I gave you the
That's
code for
period
2.
2, yeah.
Oh, okay. I gave you the code for 2. Hey, I gotta get you into period 3. Sorry. Your edge elastic, I'm gonna get you the period 3 code. I don't even know if there's a way for you to like drop out of the class.
No, it's, you can join it.
I will here. Okay, I'm gonna join. Here's the period 3 code. Ready for this?
Yep.
Okay, period 3, where is it? Okay. Here it is. F, E, R, R, B. F, E, R, R, B. F, E, R, R, B. Okay.
Now there's like, oh, there's all the period 2 things on here.
Marvin, shut up. Oh, man. Okay.
Not that.
Okay, that, I can drop, let me see if I can. Hey, do the thing that says period 3 in class. Period 3, 5 in class. If you can do that, I'll try to fix this.
Yeah, it will. Period 3. Mine was period 2.
Okay, never mind. Get out of it. Just go back to the homework. Forget about it. Go back to the homework. Forget about it. Go back to the homework. Forget about it and go back to the homework.
Wait, do we have, I don't think we have to drop this. I think we just have to say the numbers. Oh, wait, yeah, that's right. I think we just have to do y equals x plus b. I don't think we actually have to. How much longer do we have? Like, I don't think so. Let me check.
Yes, Mark.
So are we graphing all of this, or are we just putting in the...
What do the instructions say?
It says, do all the problems in your math notebook.
And what else does it say?
Simplify your slopes if possible. check your answers using the answer key.
You don't have to graph anything.
Okay.
There's no graphing involved with this.
Okay, that was good.
All right. Hey, Nate,
Yes.
get back into Edulastic. I dropped you. Nate, I need
I'm
you,
just gonna go
just
take
you,
the
get back into
challenge.
Edulastic. Okay. Let me know when you're back in it.
Alright, I'm back in.
It's not in the activity. I'll talk about it tomorrow. I'm gonna have you join a class, Nate.
Alright.
No, there's your pen. There's already a line on it. There's your pen. F-E-R-R-B.
It says I'm already enrolled in this class,
Okay.
and it says not enrolled. Okay, I can get into it.
Are you back in it?
Yeah.
Okay, you're good. You start.
Just look at the line.
Huh?
I just wanted to see if that motor was motor started.
What's the other one?
That's a good motor. No, that started.
There's no range. Wait, how did you know why you shift again? Oh, so the x plus 2, right? Okay, cool. Now I understand. We got
We can talk about it tomorrow. You want to try something else? Right here? Look at your computer over here. I'm gonna have you get it to
it said simplified.
read over here. I'll have you do something else. Did you finish the line?
I was just gonna do it.
That's fine. You did any task. Thank you, last
Never mind.
Simplify itself. It says simplify slowly. If possible. Maybe it doesn't count like ongoing as possible. Which I don't know. Next one. We had 9, and then 1, 2, 3. So rise over run is 9 over 5. I got 1 point. But I should check out the answer. Is it 1 to simplify? I think we'll simplify this one. And then we have 9.
There we go.
So we know it's y equals something x plus 9. We know that for sure. But what I don't understand, I got a 1.8 and the answer key nothing even close to the
Yeah, well, I took you out of that, but I'm a good.
I did 9 divided by 5.
Dashboard.
You got 8 over 6 or 9 over 5? Wait, you got 8 over 6? That minus. Oh, yeah, is it negative 8 over 6? Yeah, simplify it. So is it negative 8 or 6?
I'll give you the answer tomorrow.
9, did you finish?
No, almost halfway through.
I got 3 over 6. 3 over 6 is just 1 half. And then so R equals 1 half plus 5. 1 half x plus 5. Okay. 3 y equals 1 half x. Yeah. Got that one right.
We always do that around the notes. We always do that with mathematics.
Just make sure that it's then
No.
times
Yeah. No. 7 over 6.
You're gonna have to do it next year though. You have to do it next year though.
I have no clue. I think I'm just gonna pick up now.
It's a 9-page essay
Kind of
about
frustrating.
no double space, 11-point font, Arial.
Wait, I think I'm
If you don't do the dance, so you gotta do a huge essay about the history of dance.
I think when you listen to this, the California Yeah, I think the closest that word is more.
She makes mom.com sushi. Like, she really makes sushi. Let me get this stuff. And she speaks like 3 different languages. Chinese, Spanish, and French, but not including like English is just primary. Pretty sure that's primary. Or for people who live in the US. Hello, my name is Cookie Kyrie. I am 13. How is you?
Bye-bye.